make sure that there.
All right, welcome in everybody. Welcome to the Women's Wellness Network, and welcome to our guest today, Katie. Hello, Katie. How are you?
Thanks. How are you?
I'm wonderful. It is so nice to have you on the Women's Wellness Network. I got to meet you on a networking event the other day on ENTV, and it was amazing. So I'm like, this girl has to come over and tell us all about herself. So, Katie, first of all, can you please tell us where it is in the world that you are?
I'm in Edmonton, Alberta. So basically, if you're from the States, think Denver, Colorado, but way further north.
Way north. Yes.
Yeah.
And how's your weather today? Is it really
Uh,
disgustingly cold yet?
oh, yes. It's like minus 17 Celsius, which I'm not sure what that converts to into Fahrenheit, but
Cold,
cold, very cold.
cold, just cold. Yep, I feel your pain. I've lived there
Yeah.
for a short period of time, so I totally get that. But
Oh,
it's
love that.
beautiful. It's beautiful there. I
It
love the
really
moon.
is.
Anyways, okay, that's enough about where we are in the world. Now, let's get on to Katie. Let's find out a little bit about who Katie is. So, who's Katie in the world?
Well, I am a Katie of all trades. I love collecting certifications and modalities. It's honestly my favorite hobby to do is study something new. So I teach two different styles of yoga. I've taught martial arts. I've done a whole bunch of different wellness related certifications. So like belief clearing practitioner, oh goodness, meditation, mindfulness, and I've probably forgotten several more.
That's what happens when you get
Um,
so many under your belt, though, right?
yeah, it's not a bad thing because I mean, whenever somebody comes to me with a whole slew of issues, it's okay, well, I can help you with like 99% of that. So we're good. You don't have to go to like six people for one problem.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, wearing many hats. That really definitely helps. Katie of all trades.
Yes.
That's perfect. Yeah, because it's like, hey,
Thank
somebody
you.
could show up and they have, this thing, and that person over there, they don't. And this other person, they have this thing and that thing, right? So everybody's different. And
Yeah.
I love that you have more than one hat. So you have some extra things for people.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, okay, how did you get into it? Like, I know you like doing courses. Like, what put you
Yes.
on the wellness path? Because you could take
Um,
millions of courses, but wellness courses, what makes you want to have those in your tool bag?
Well, it all started from a car accident, believe it or not. So I was in a car accident in 2014, ended up with severe whiplash, broken neck, PTSD relapse, and a whole slew of other issues that stemmed from it. And on my road to recovery, I got really into yoga, and that led me down the wellness path, which brought me into my certification addiction and yeah, it all just kind of snowballed, really. It was pretty
Oh,
fantastic.
well, see, that's the best kind of, in my humble opinion, of practitioner, healer, guide, educator, expert, uh, anything that's anybody's, putting out there in the world. If they are trauma informed, it is
Yes.
coming from a totally different place than somebody who's just going to get the certification. They're just going to go learn about it. They're not actually using it in their own world or used it in their own healing because
Hmm.
our healing journeys are they're unique and they're different and finding the things that actually work for us sometimes can be challenging, and that's one of the reasons why we made the Women's Wellness Network, so that people can pick and choose, decide, oh, this looks interesting. Oh, I've never heard of that. I would like to try that. So what
Yeah.
are your favorite modalities that you teach? What do you utilize the most?
My two favorites have got to be the yoga, the two different styles, because I teach hatha and yin, and I usually marry the two together to get that perfect balance so that my clients get the most effective results sooner.
Mm.
So definitely the two yoga styles. And then belief clearing is, I like to call it my Jedi mind tricks because you stop these unhelpful beliefs in their tracks and rebuild helpful beliefs in their place. And by doing that, you can literally change your entire life in one fell swoop. Like it's absolutely amazing. I actually had a client who she had recently been diagnosed with Bell's palsy, and one of the things that we worked on was that belief piece because most people do get better within a matter of a few weeks. She wasn't sure what was going to happen because when you're in the thick of the diagnosis, you know, it's traumatic.
Yes.
And I think, I mean, she's fully recovered now, and that in itself is absolutely amazing. But one thing that she came back to me with was, hey, the fact that you acknowledged that this is a traumatic event and you helped me clear all that negative self-talk about, well, what if it doesn't clear up? Okay, but what if it does?
Right.
And just challenging those negative thoughts like that, she said had a huge impact. So kind of
Oh,
really
that
melted
feels
my heart,
good.
to be honest.
Yeah, that would feel really great. And that's part of the challenge, I think, most times, especially for practitioners, to help people understand that, there are other um, ways to look at things. There's uh, different mindsets that we can be in. And when you're in the thick of it, as you say, and you've got a diagnosis or you're struggling with something terrible, it's hard to hear somebody. So to be able to find a practitioner that you can connect to and relate to is so
Yes.
important, right? It's so important.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, one of the other reasons why I got into wellness and like the mental health aspect of it is because my own mental health suffered a great deal. Like I seem to collect certifications and diagnoses like Pokemon cards. So
Mm. Mm.
I think having that understanding piece where, I have the personal experience does show that, you know what, as awful as things can be when you're in the thick of everything, there is hope. There is that light at the end of the tunnel. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm so open about my past struggles, because if I can go through everything that I went through and come out on top, there's no reason why that can't be true for other people as well.
Oh, that is so true. Bang, you just hit that right on the head. That is
Thank
so
you.
true. It is. And I've got to think about that myself. Oh, I've gone through all these horrible, gross, life-altering things. And
Yeah.
I come out on the other side. So other people can. I know they can. It's just a matter of connecting the right people to the person. So
Yeah.
when you start working with people, first of all, do you work in person and online or just online?
Yes. No, I do both online and in person. I'm actually in my studio currently. So I've got my little yoga space, and then I've got my more of a consultation space, I guess you could call it, with a super comfy chair and then, my work chair.
That's awesome.
And
I
then we
love
also
that.
do everything online too. So it's, whatever's more comfortable for the individual, because not everybody is going to be okay with, getting dressed, leaving the house, and all of that that goes along with an in-person appointment. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to do both in person and online, because I understand from a practical perspective, it's minus 40 out there. You don't want to go across town.
That's so
So,
true. That's so true. But on the other little compassionate side, some people just really don't want to go out. They don't
yes,
want to go out. If they're feeling terrible, they want to stay home. And what better place
absolutely.
to be able to heal than in your own surroundings, your own home? You're not going to be interrupted. You don't have to leave a studio and make your way back home, especially if you have to drive and your mind is
Yeah,
doing all these
exactly.
things, right? So I really appreciate people that do both because there's benefits, obviously, to being in person. But just the fact that people are able to connect and heal just like this on Zoom, just like this.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's so easy, right? It's just so simple. So when you first start working with people, what kind of things would you suggest? Like, what would you do with them first?
Well, the first thing I always do is I call it a discovery call, where basically we just figure out what exactly the individual's needs are, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual combination of any of the above, or maybe something totally different that I've not come across before. And from there, we figure out, okay, well, where's the origin of whatever the main issue is? And we address the origin place. And from there, I help them build those baby step habits
Mm.
that incrementally get us closer and closer to where we want to be. And the end goal is always helping my clients live their best pain-free, guilt-free, shame-free life.
Who doesn't want that?
Right?
Pain-free, guilt-free, shame-free. We should all have that. That should just be
Right?
that's our birthright. We shouldn't have all this other
Yeah.
stuff. Right?
No, it
Oh my
totally
God.
is. And I mean, I feel like the more people see that it's possible to live without being weighed down by things like chronic pain or, that heaviness of that shame feeling that just won't go away,
Mm.
or, that inherent guilt that we have, especially as women and particularly mothers, I find, where, oh, I'm taking time away from the kids to care for myself, but you need to care for yourself.
Right? Ugh, so true. So many people like
Yeah.
forget about that part. And it's easy. Life's crazy. Life keeps
Oh,
lifing out.
totally.
And I think it's good to have a practice to, learn something from somebody so that when things do go sideways, as they always are going
Absolutely.
to, just because you go see somebody, professional in some way, doesn't mean life is suddenly going to be rainbows and butterflies all the time.
Yeah,
But we have to remember how to be able to get back to that. So that must be something you
exactly.
like to help build them, like you're saying, like little increments. So they're building upon themselves so they can be strong.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. And my goal is never to have somebody with me forever because
Right.
that means that you're not making progress. My goal is to get you to a place where you're comfortable enough to say, you know what, I think I've got this. And obviously, more than welcome to come back at any point in time with, refreshes, touch-ups, check-ins, whatever the need happens to be. But my goal is to, help you live your best life on your own because, there's something just so empowering about being able to say, you know what, I've got this, and be able to say it with conviction and confidence.
Oh my gosh. So, yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Confidence and conviction, right? It's like
Yeah.
some people don't even know what that feels like,
Oh, I've
right?
been
Some people
there.
have never had that. Yeah. That's
Yeah, and
difficult.
I've been through it. And when you see somebody go from that rock bottom place and there's not much there that they feel like they can work with. Oh, honey, no, 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 no. We dig. We dig a little bit. We build that foundation on that rock bottom because rock bottom is a great place to rebuild a foundation and then just raise everything up from there.
Amazing. Well, I mean, that should be the way it is all the time, right? And we just have to know
Yeah.
we have to know how to get there. We have to know where to start, and we have to know who to connect with. So that being said, if our women would like to connect with you, how can they do that?
I'm all over social media, so feel free to send me a DM on Facebook. I'm the real Katie of all trades on Instagram and Threads, so feel free to message me there. Or alternatively, there's my website, which is elevateyogawellness.ca, and you can book a free discovery call there. There's never any kind of pressure or obligation. I don't believe in adding pressure to a situation like that because it doesn't feel right.
Right.
And the way I see it, if you're willing to take that first step and say, you know what, maybe I should reach out and use that four-letter word that everyone's so scared to use, help. And if you're willing to use that four-letter word, you've already made an absurd amount of progress just by saying the word help.
Isn't that true? Oh my goodness. Well, that's the thing, people raise their hand, speak up, come out from
Mhm.
underneath the covers. Like sometimes you just got to open your eyes and see that there is help. There is people who are willing and capable and have the things that you need. And I
Yeah,
love that you have so many things to offer. I mean, that's the
thank you.
beauty. Yeah. Well, you said you're addicted to certifications.
Yeah.
That's not a bad addiction to have. I think if you're going to have one,
Right?
that's, pretty good. Yeah. Because you're always going to be able to grow and help people who,
Exactly.
yeah, it's perfect.
Exactly. I mean, I guess my mom, this is one of those helpful beliefs that I've had since I was a kid that my mom really instilled in me was don't start something before you finish what you're already on.
Mm.
Well, I still start things before I'm totally finished, but that sense of completion is absolutely necessary for me. And I'm so grateful for that lesson that she gave me.
Oh my goodness. Yep. Sometimes moms have good advice.
They really
Sometimes
do.
sometimes it's like, oh, I don't know about that, but that's okay. We
Yeah,
can take what we need and leave the rest. Always in everything, I
exactly.
think, in everything. So, Women of the Women's Wellness Network, we will make sure that we put all of Katie's information into the comment section so that you can reach out to her, find out more about what she's doing, maybe make that discovery call, or if you know somebody, maybe pass the information on to them so that they can make a choice for themselves because sometimes it's scary and you're not too sure whether you really want to go for it, or we see our friends or family members who are having a little bit of a hard time, and they don't know where to go or what to do. Sometimes it's nice to just slide this across the desk and say, hey, maybe just check this out. I saw this girl, she's amazing, she's lighting it up out there. So yeah, why not, why not join Katie? Anyways,
I
Katie, is
love
there
it.
anything
Thank
else
you.
you would like to share with us before we sign off today?
Well, one thing that I've been reiterating over and over for the last while is that help is not a dirty word, my friends. It's not a dirty word. Yes, it's four letters, as a lot of dirty words are, but help is not a dirty word. And when we say that we are in need of help of some kind, that's the first step to getting out of whatever hole you're in currently. So be brave, my friends. You can do it. I promise. It's
Mhm.
totally, totally worth it.
Yeah, be brave, be brave, and ask for help. It's okay to ask for help anytime. And there's lots of us here. So, Women of the Women's Wellness Network, thank you very much for watching. And of course, until next time, be well. Katie, thank you so much for coming. It was wonderful to speak with you and find out a little bit
Thank you
more
for
about
having
you.
me.
Of course.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll see you again.
Bye, friends.